Hey guys, so today we are going to learn about combining like terms with distributive property. We're going to start off with me going through some rules, and then I will walk you through some practice problems, and then after that you will have time to do some more practice problems on your own and have time to ask questions. Feel free to pause this video as you're going if you need a minute to rewind and listen to something again, or you just need to pause to continue writing. Feel free to do that. That's why I record these, so you can go at your own pace. So to start off here, algebraically, instead of 4e plus 4p plus 5e plus 3p, we can simplify this by combining like terms. So I can combine this 4e and 5e to get 9e. All right, and then if I look at the rest of it, I see that I have 4p and 3p. I can combine 4 plus 3 to get 7p. Okay, so that is my simplified expression. Some more rules for combining like terms. Number 1, only the same letters or symbols can be put together. So only an x can be combined with an x, and a y can only be combined with a y, so on and so forth. An a can only be combined with an a. You cannot just combine an x and a y. Okay? You have to be same letter or symbol. Number 2, exponents stay with like exponents. So by that, I mean that x squared can only be combined with an x squared. And x cubed can only be combined with an x cubed. So if I have 2x squared plus x squared, that gives me 3x squared. Okay? Number 3, constants can only be combined with other constants. So an example of that, if I have 3 plus 3, I can combine those to have 6. But if I have 3x plus 3, that's simplified. I cannot combine those any further. For number 4, the order of letters does not make them uncombinable. So if you have xy or yx, you can combine those to have 2xy. That the order does not matter, they will still combine. And then for number 5, if there's no number in front of a letter, it means that there's 1. So if you look above at the example here, this was 1x squared. That's how I added the 2 plus 1 to get 3. Okay? So that's all for the rules. Now we're going to go down to some practice problems. So if you need to pause or rewind on this part of the notes, go ahead and do so now. All right, so when we talk about simplifying expressions, we're going to do some examples here. Number 1, negative 4y minus 9y. So negative 4 minus 9 will give us negative 13y. That's our answer there. Also, your guys' paper printed a little differently than this looks. So I went through and kind of highlighted each numbered problem so that I could see the difference between them all. So you guys can go ahead and do that real quick as well. So for number 2, I have 21g minus g. That will give us 20g. Number 3, I have negative x minus negative 10x. So those two negatives make a positive, so that gives us negative x plus 10x, which ends us up with 9x. Okay, for number 4, I have negative 6x plus x. So we're adding one positive x here. That's going to give us negative 5x. Number 5, I have negative 3z plus 15z. So we have negative 3, and then we have a positive 15. That ends us up with a positive 12z for our answer there. Number 6, we have negative 2y plus 7y plus 4. So I can combine the y's. That gives me 5y plus 4. My next one, I have 5x plus 7 plus x minus 9x. So I'm going to start by combining the first two x's. So that's going to give me 6x plus 7 minus 9x. Then I'm going to do the 6 minus 9, which gives me negative 3x plus 7. Okay, as we move on to number 8, I see 15y minus 23 minus 8y plus 7y. So for this one, you need to make sure that I am personally going to rewrite it as 15y plus negative 23 plus negative 8y plus 7y. That helps me with separating each part of the expression so that it's easier to add those together or subtract them. So I see my 15y plus my negative 8y, that plus my 7y. When I combine those, so 15 minus 8 gives me 7, plus 7 is 14y minus 23. So that's number 8 for you. If you need to pause again to catch up, go ahead and do so. I'm going to erase and continue down to number 9. All right, for number 9, I have negative 14x plus 2y plus 8x minus 5y plus 5. So I'm going to circle my plus 2 minus. Okay. So negative 14x plus 8x. That leaves us here with 6x, negative 6x. We have a positive 2y minus 5y. That leaves us here with negative 3y. And then the 5 just comes down as plus 5 because there's nothing that can be combined with that. So that's our answer there for number 9. Number 10, I'm going to simplify this first because I see a double negative. So I have negative 3x plus 8x plus 15 plus 6. This is a 3. Okay, so I'm going to combine my x's. Negative 3x plus 8x gives me 5x plus, we have 15 plus 6 gives us 21. So that's our answer there for number 10. I'm going to change my color so this doesn't overlap. Okay, number 11. I have 6x plus 8y minus 3 minus 7y. I don't see any other x's, so I'm just going to bring that right down. I'm going to do my positive 8y minus 7y. That leaves me with a positive y minus 3. So there's our answer there for number 11. I'm going to erase and I'm going to move down to finding the sum of the following polynomials. All right, so when we get to this part, the and means plus. That simply just means that we are adding. So if you want to go in and put plus by all of these, go ahead and do so. 11y squared can be combined with negative 3y squared. That leaves us with 8y squared. And then our 6y can be combined with our negative 8y, which will leave us with negative 2y. there is our answer there for that one. Moving on to number 13, I see a g squared and I see g squared. So those can be combined to give us 15g squared. And then our 3g can be combined with negative 6g, leaving us with negative 3g. All right, so moving down to number 14, 8w can be combined with negative 3w, leaving us with 5w. Negative 3y can be combined with negative 2y, leaving us with negative 5y. I'm going to pause real quick and plug in my computer. Okay, that was going to turn off shortly. Okay, so as we continue here, we are on number 15. Negative 3x squared plus 9x, and then we have plus 7x squared minus 4x. So we can combine the x squareds to have 4x squared, and then we can combine those for 5x. All right, so that is how you solve the polynomials. The and always just means plus, it means to add. So we're going to move on down to simplifying some more expressions. I'm just going to go through a few of these because there's one other section that I also want to get to, and then you guys will have time to do some practice problems and ask questions. So these expressions involve an extra step. We are going to be distributing. So 4k times 6k gives us 24k squared. We have two k's, so that's why we need to now make that squared. We're adding those exponents together because they're being multiplied. Then we have 4k times 3k. So that's going to give us 12k squared. Those can now be combined because those are both squared exponents. So we end up with 36k squared for our final answer there. For number 17, we are going to do the same thing, distributing. We have 36x squared plus 6 times 8 is 48x. So that one cannot be simplified any further because we have an x squared and we have an x. For number 18, we are going to multiply. We have 8y plus 12y minus 16y. So we're multiplying a positive and a negative, so that gives us a negative there. We can combine these two because they are both y. That will give us 20y minus 16. Okay? These last 6 I'm going to have you do on your own, and you can ask questions. I am going to move down now to these two. So we are finding the perimeter of the triangles. For the first one, so perimeter, we know that's just adding up all the sides. So I'm going to start by just writing this out. So now I can go through and combine the x's. That leaves me with 10x, y, and then the y's cancel out because this gives us negative 4y, and then we have still our plus 4y. Those cancel, so 10x is our perimeter. I'm going to let you guys do the other perimeter problem on your own, This is the end of the video. If you have any questions, please let me know.